Hey, what's happening, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today is a special day. Once again, this is the second video in a couple weeks that we're on old Swamp Water. It's going to be gone soon. One of you guys are going to win it. If you haven't already, check out the giveaway for old Swamp Water on MikeBranchRides.com. You guys are really buying up those stickers pretty fast. Speaking of that, I'm on my way to the post office to get out the first 75 of the 200 stickers. And you know how everybody has Walmart bags laying around where they put their stuff in? Well, in Florida, you use Publix bags, baby. That's a Florida thing, tried and true. We're going to meet up with Shadetree Surgeon, ride around, and dual gold wing the hell out of Tampa. So let's see you on the road. Now hold on a minute there, cowboy. All this talking of riding and touring thousands of miles, and you haven't mentioned this video's sponsor? No. What? Let me tell you about Cowboy Cure. This 100% made in America with all natural ingredients is specifically formulated to help you with immediate and lasting joint and muscle relief. You know, you really are a pain in my neck. Funny you should mention that. Okay. You know how your neck gets worn out from riding around all day with your helmet on? Yeah. Well, slap this stuff on there. It'll have you riding down the road feeling like $1,000,000. Hell, put it on your throttle hand, your knuckles, your joints, your forearms, whatever. It's going to make you feeling good as new in no time. So how do I use it? Easy. Shake up this here bottle. Slap it on. Rub it in. Even Mike Branch can figure that out. Huh. Yep, and it comes in 3 options. It comes in an unmedicated, a 5,000 milligram and 10,000 milligram option to keep you going faster and longer. Just like this here gold wing. Okay, this actually sounds pretty good. How do I get it? I knew you'd ask. Head on over to cowboycure.com, select the option that's best for you, plus slap that puppy in a box and ship that out to you in no time.
Yeah, old Swamp Water was thirsty, baby. I haven't put any gas in Swamp Water since mid-November. And I still had plenty of miles left on when I parked it, but with the one ride that I did last week and constantly starting it up, you know, in the garage or in the driveway over the last couple of months, she burned all that gas. I didn't want it to just sit there, you know, it's not good for it. So yeah, on the way to the post office, dropping off these stickers, these first 75 stickers. We just put the contest up. As of this morning, it's been about 60 hours. So 2 days, 2 full days. You guys are really responding well. I know if it was something like one of Weems's Triumph builds or a Harley Davidson, you guys would be more on it, I think. But for those who are buying stickers, I really appreciate it. It really, it tells me that you have some sort of connection with maybe me or, you know, this motorcycle, you know, the Brapstar crew in general. So that's what it means. I mean, some of you might just be a trip to Tampa, or some of you might be free Gold Wing. I gotta say, man, I love my Road King. That's my dream bike, always has been. But this Gold Wing handles, holy cow. It's like a 1,000-pound sport bike almost. I mean, obviously it's not as fast, and obviously it's not as light or as nimble, but I really feel like I could lean with this thing, like way more than the Road King. And I didn't really give it much thought when I was on the Road King. You know, when I'm on the Road King, I don't think about it. But this one, coming back onto it, it's like, holy shit. And now that I think about it, the 2011 or 12, I really don't remember what year it was, Road Glide that I had handled better than the Road King in terms of cornering. And I think it has a lot to do with that really wide tire on the Road King. I haven't looked to see what size it is, but it's really, really wide. And obviously that's going to have some impact on your cornering capability. Anyway, you guys aren't here for that. On the way to the post office, the post office is not my arch nemesis like it is Josh's, at least not yet. I do plan this year, 2023, to get more involved in, I don't want to call it merch necessarily, but I do want to create more things. I I want to have more options for you guys. I've got the Teespring store below. It's below the videos. But I'm not 100% satisfied with, all of my options. So a lot of them are novelty. The Superb sticker, you guys know what that is. And yellow shirt of maintenance, a lot of you guys know what that is. I haven't busted out the yellow shirt of maintenance in a while. And we've gotten, almost 3,000 subscribers since the last time I used the yellow shirt of maintenance. So a lot of you guys have no idea what that is. Something I failed to mention on this motorcycle when I was selling the idea of winning it. I did do timing belts. That was the first thing I did. I did that at 95,000 miles on the motorcycle. So she's got about 10,000 miles on those timing belts. I know when somebody gets a Goldwing, it's always one of the first things that they ask about or plan on doing to it. And the guy who had it before me, the guy I bought it from, had just changed the water pump and the thermostat. And I didn't just take his word for it. When you look under there, it's right up front on the left side of the bike. You can tell it's new. It's not something that's been on there since 1995 or 1994, whenever this thing was manufactured. Yeah, look at this. Is so comfortable. These curves. I know I'm not going very fast. I'm going 40, but it just handles like a dream. So not only do the more narrow, rounded tires help, but these mid controls actually help for that quite a bit too. Oh, ye old Dale Mabry Highway. Traffic is bad on most Tampa roads, but Dale Mabry Highway is one of the worst. It's the main north and south thoroughfare in Tampa. All right, boys, let's do it. I just renewed my post office box, and I let it expire because I wasn't getting anything in it. So some of you guys would send me things here and there, but it was like once every 3 or 4 months. It wasn't worth the $105 it cost every 3 months to have it. So I actually went with a much smaller post office box this time at $52 for every 3 months. But I needed a place. Well, look at it. Ain't she pretty? I needed an address to market my website and Mike Branch Rides. So post office box is the way to go. All right, down the hatch she goes. Hey, if you guys get these, I decided to use a moisture stick, so it looks kind of funny on those. Stamped and metered mail only. 10-4. May the odds be ever in your favor.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
All right, let's get down the road. Let's go meet up with Josh. Do our thing, baby.
Not every job in the Shadetree Army is glamorous. I've been enlisted so far to help hold wrenches, watch with anxiety and tension as he's pulling on these. I don't even know what this is. I've never been inside of a primary of a Harley Davidson before. I'm just hoping he doesn't drop. I've seen him fabricate tools.
Dude, I will tell you, the weirdest thing for me in the world, Mike, is when someone's like, oh, you know a lot. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I don't know anything.
I guess.
Half the time I guess, I just like kind of bumble my way through things in a way that you would not fucking believe. But then I'm like, I guess compared to some people I do, and that's not talking crap about anybody. I'm not like, oh, I'm smart compared because someone else is dumb.
Right.
But I really don't know much. I promise you.
What I've learned over the years, and the Marine Corps gave me this confidence, and I know a lot of people talk about the military and what they do for them, but as long as you have a little bit of aptitude and are willing to take a risk, then you can make things happen. You don't have to know it. You just know how to be resourceful enough to either figure it out yourself, ask somebody for help, or ask somebody to come and show you how to do it, whatever it is. So as long as you're willing to do that, have some aptitude, you're fine.
Right, absolutely, man. I've been failing upward my whole life.
What a great problem to have.
All right, here we go. Off we go into the wild gray yonder of Florida. Josh has employed my services, helping him on the Sportster a little bit. He did all the work. I did a little bit of spotting for him. That's all right. I had nothing else going on. Most work I've had since I got fired. So, man, that Goldwing of his, I can't believe that thing is still running. Something that's in terrible shape, but it's parked outside like all the time. That's impressive. And there's some external patina to show for it, but thing starts up and goes, man. Starts up and goes. Fine. Might not look the part, but I baby it. In the garage, always on the center stand, plugged into a battery tender most of the time. Like I mentioned before, frequent oil changes and the like. Not trying to sell you on it anymore, but But I was over there long enough to kind of work up an appetite. And I don't think we're going anywhere to eat, so I might just have to muscle through it until later on this afternoon. We've got to head over to the Ride Factory. He's taking some parts down there from the Adventure Glide. I don't remember. It's probably some kind of glide. He always has some kind of glide name for it. But I probably said it earlier, but I really am going to miss the Goldwing. The Harley obviously sounds better, looks cooler to a lot of us. I think Harleys look cooler. I always thought that anyway. Even if they all look the same, they still, all of them look cooler. You know what I mean? But no, I mentioned it last week when I made the sticker video that this Goldwing's been a pretty big part of my channel. And it's interesting how it started out as just being secondary. You know, I had the Royal Enfield at the time, and Josh was making his Goldwing videos for the first time, and I said, you know, I will never be able to tour on the Royal Enfield. And I remember taking the old lady out on a date, getting a little bit of booze in her, and pitching the idea of a $2,000 touring bike. Yeah, she went along with it. She said, yeah, if you can find a $2,000 touring bike. And I told her, I said, I wanted to look for something like this because prior to the Royal Enfield, you know, I've ridden motorcycles for years, but I would go through phases where I would ride pretty heavily, and then I'd go through, you know, a few weeks or sometimes a couple of months before I would ride again. So my habits with riding weren't like really established. And when I was buying the Royal Enfield, she's like, is this going to be something you actually ride, or are you going to buy it and it's going to sit in the garage? So I told her I wanted a cheap touring bike because I wanted to take trips. And at the time, people were about to head out to Oklahoma, you know, for Adam Sandoval's thing, Stubborn Americans, I think it's called. And I'm like, I got nothing to ride out there. I would love something like that. And basically, I wanted something cheaper that I wouldn't feel guilty about letting it sit. And what I found out was that you can't let these really sit anyway. I mean, they'll be fine, but, you know, I have done a lot of maintenance on this bike, but it's just things that are good for it. Preventative maintenance, like I always say. It's not really that, oh, this broke and I have to fix it. No, a lot of preventative maintenance because I want it to be tip-top. But aside from, you know, it needing exercise, I just found I enjoyed the motorcycle. You know, there's a reason why I put 9,000 miles on this bike in 2022 and only 3,000 on the Triumph. You know, I've got about 3,000 already on the Road King, and I've had it for 3 months. But yeah, the bike it's great. It's great for around town if you don't mind lugging around a 1,000-pound motorcycle. Obviously great for road trips. I've done several. Only one long one. Here we are, the Ride Factory. Let's see what Josh has got going on here, and then we'll head out to do our other thing. Oh, look at that orange bike. I won't pretend like I know a lot about anything, because I don't.
A few moments later.
Well, I can honestly say I've never been to this side of Tampa before, and I should have turned the camera on sooner. There's a reason he calls himself Shadetree. It rhymes with shady. I'm not saying the man himself is shady. The areas of town that we just went through, flying through, coasting across potholes and divots in the road, definitely not somewhere. It's probably best that we sped through and not gone any slower. Not that I think Tampa is some crime capital or murder capital, because really it's not. It's a relatively safe city. But why tempt fate? Things aren't going so well right now as it is, so why make it worse? That's not a play to try to get anybody to feel sorry for me. I'm doing what I can to get out of the hole that I'm in, but I don't want to keep adding things. What's the old saying? What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I'm tired of getting stronger, baby. You know what I'm saying? The original plan was to go out to Forgotten Angels to hang out there, but it's already... Oh, see, I'm already used to having my clock. Oh, I do have a clock. It's already 2:30 in the afternoon. By the time we get out there, hang out for a while, and come back, it's the heat of rush hour. And in Tampa, I know it's worse in Atlanta, LA. Tampa's so overpopulated, the roads weren't really built for it. So it makes it feel worse for longer than any other place that I've ever ridden or driven. So we decided that instead of tempting fate more, and instead of giving ourselves that scenario, we'd keep it relatively close and go have a beer. Now, he didn't specify where. Prime example. This is the Tampa you don't see on postcards, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm not embarrassed about it one bit. Tampa is home. When I moved, I grew up in Tennessee. I was in the Marines, traveled the world, moved out to Arizona, started our family there. I'll always be grateful to Arizona for, starting our family there. But the moment I moved to Florida, I adopted Florida as home. And the moment we moved to Tampa, because I bounced around for a year trying to figure out where we were going to live ahead of my family. As soon as we got to Tampa, I said, this is it. This is it. In all of its ups and downs. From the beautiful trailer parks on this side of town to the fabulous nightlife offered by Ybor City and the surrounding areas of downtown St. Petersburg, Dunedin, etc. The beautiful country roads, not too far. Easy access to freeways and highways and amusement parks. All this great things. I love it all. I love it all. The beach is right there. If you're a beach person, I was a beach person when I first moved here. And took me about 3 years to get over that. I'm not opposed to the beach. It's pretty. Every time I cross a body of water on a bridge here, I'd stare at it because it's gorgeous. I just don't like having sand in my crotch. Does that make sense? My wife loves it. Maybe not sand in her crotch, but she loves going to the beach. She and the grandson go to the beach frequently. Not sure where we're getting a beer, but yep, guess we'll see you when we get there. So this is one of those places where I actually meant to get footage, but if this isn't a classic Tampa bar, I can't tell you what is. It's shady as people are nice, but they're probably also pretty shady. We had a good time, man. Just, we talked a little YouTube. We talked a little life. I'm in a weird spot right now where I don't have a job, and I don't know what to say about that. I really don't know what to say about that. Just, I've been in this position before. I've done it a couple times in my life, and it's never comfortable having to be on the rebound again. Thankfully, I've got this Goldwing giveaway going on that's helping me out, but obviously that's going to dry up, after 2 or 3 months. I do have a new job coming up. I'm not going to announce it on this video, I don't think, but I do have a new job coming up. It's not going to pay very much. It's not something that I really want to do long term because I don't think it's sustainable for me, but it's something to have something coming in. And I had my first interview. I put in close to 50 applications over the last week and a half since I've been unemployed. And I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but a lot of these places make it really easy with Indeed and LinkedIn to do easy apply. But I haven't applied for a job in 4 or 5 days because I'm also going for a certification that will help me in my job search. Because even though I've applied for close to 50 jobs, it hasn't been quite 50. There's about 40 or so, 30 or 40 that I've skipped because they require a license that I don't have. Thankfully, I didn't ask, but my mother, I'm 46 years old, my mother offered to pay for the certification. This course that I'm taking at home while I'm not out drinking beers with Josh. And, it was very nice of her to offer. And again, I didn't ask her. It's something I was planning on doing anyway. And it's nice to have that. It's nice that she has my back. She says, "Oh, I'm not giving you a handout. I'm investing in something for you." And I really appreciate that approach. Enough of the touchy-feely shit. It's Thursday. And Shay and Josh have their live stream today. And I've been invited over to hang out with them for that. So I'm going to do it. Some of it is because they're my friends and they want me around. I appreciate that. The other part is it's that time of the day where traffic is about to get really, really bad. I mean, it's already kind of bad here. So it's a good way for me to avoid that traffic. I got permission from the old lady. Yes, I do ask permission. Not all the time. And those times do get me in trouble. So I'd prefer to stay in the good graces of my partner in life. For those of you out there who have that kind of relationship with that significant other, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not a ball and chain. It's just a respect. All right. We all know Josh's carburetor isn't the best, but he's been leaving me in his dust over the last couple lights. So I asked him at the last light, "You trying to get it on here or what?" So there's nothing sexier than Goldwing races. I'm sure you guys, I know there's the bagger races that are out there. It's usually Harley and Indian. Oh, here we go. This is it. Taking you down, baby. Let me have it. man, there's nothing sexier than the Goldwing races. I'm telling you right now. Smells like burnt oil. Hey, not bad for one carburetor. I thought you only had one working carb. He said, what does that mean? Were we racing? Oh, the stab and the grab. Oh, you guys are in for a treat. I've only been in the stab and grab a couple of times. And this is one of them.
All right, y'all, that is going to wrap this one up. As you noticed in the left-hand corner of this video, really emphasizing that Goldman giveaway. It's still going on. Like I mentioned on a reel today, I still have a little over 80 of these stickers left as of right now. I'm hoping to get through these in the next couple of weeks so that way we can draw the winner, hopefully before the Forgotten Angels camp out. I'd love to fly you down here for that, and have you ride it around while you're here. But this was a good day. This was a good day with Josh. A lot of moto vlog, not a lot off the bike. We did some things off the bike. I just didn't record anything, just because sometimes I don't. Thanks for coming along as always, and until next time, we'll see you later.